Okay, we should be live. And how's our audio levels? That looks okay. I'm gonna take the game down just a little bit just to be sure. Alright. So we'll get into it. I'm going to be doing some content, general content across the game. I have two builds that I have put together in PTR for Season 11 that I want to showcase. Both of them feature a similar playstyle loop. Wow, the word went right out of my head. Both of them feature a similar skill rotation loop is what I was looking for, and playstyle. So, and essentially what I mean by that is they're kind of a debuff and smash setup. So the two builds we're going to be showcasing are Fireball Hydra and Frozen Orb Blizzard. You do give up some damage at the high end for these, so they're probably not going to be high pit pushing builds. That said, they're fully capable of tier 4. And for me personally, it's a fun playstyle. Now, when it comes to pit pushing, I will be looking during the season as it progresses to see what we can do to ramp up these builds. But for the moment, my plan, quite honestly, is probably going to be to play Makuna's Crackling Sorc for pit and tower pushing. So far, out of every Sorc build I've seen anyone do, that one seems to be the strongest. So, you know, for me, when it's general content, it's about fun. When it's about pushing pit or tower, playing competitively, it becomes all about power. And that is, you know, it is what it is, man, right? So, yeah. All right. First thing we gotta do is get these things out of the way. We got. Did I just close my window? I did. Sorry. This is for me. This board basically tracks helps me see when people chat or follow, because I'm streaming to multiple platforms and I can't look at them all at once, so this kind of brings it together for me. All right, so I got all these mythic crates here that are blocking up my stash. I'm gonna have to get rid of those real quick. And we've got a ton. Being PTR, mythics are incredibly easy to get. We've got a ton of them already, so right now we're essentially just gonna... What was that? 4GA Shaco. Cool beans. Gotta love that! But we're just gonna cherry pick high GA items here, and we'll play later on with Sanctification. 2GA, 2GA. I don't think I've found a use for this yet on Sorc, which is unfortunate because it functions kind of like the mana thing, but I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe. It is an amulet that will give you a percentage of int, unlike most amulets now. That's gone on most amulets. Some of the uniques like Ophidian Iris, which is the only reason that I was able to get over 2k on this build. I think my Frozen Orb Blizzard build doesn't even have 2k int yet. This one is unique and weird in a way that it's all uniques. All right, every single item in this build is a unique. There's no legendaries, and it actually works, which is weird because usually builds like this do not work at all. So I think, you know, as the season progresses, I'll get to experiment. I think I have more hope for this Fireball Hydra becoming something that can run top-end content. All right. So I'm going to take anything that's 2GA or above right now. Because with masterworking and sanctification, a 2GA can become a 4GA. Or a 3GA with a really awesome affix or a second aspect. So they can be very cool. Sanctification can also make them useless. Okay, a glaive. I'm not planning on playing an SB, but maybe we'll sanctify that just to see what we get. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. No, no, no. And I have absolutely no use for 1GA Terial Smite right now. Okay, getting a fair amount of stuff that's not for Sork, but that's the nature of PTR cash. What? Oh, I'm missing things. I know I saw something, another 2GA, but I don't know where it went. There. Alright, a bunch of dookie, but it doesn't really matter. We already really kind of got what we needed. I mainly just did this to get those crates out of my inventory. They were the leftovers. So, it's definitely one of the fun things about PTR is getting insane amounts of mythics. Alright, that's 3. We're going to pare down. We're going to get rid of anything that's a 1GA here now. Oh, that's got a stone. Well, I can make another one. That's got resource cost reduction on it. It might be... No, that's useless. It's junk. Well, in live, that wouldn't be junk. In live, I would never throw that away in a million years because I would always have a character I could use it on. But right now in PTR, this stuff is easy to come by, so anything that's 1GA is going bye-bye to make room for other stuff. Is that already... it's masterwork, but not sanctified. Okay. That's 2GA, but only because it's already masterworked. Oh. Favorited items cannot be dropped. Is this sanctified? No, it's not sanctified. It's fine, we don't need it. Oh, that's because it's master. Another favorited. Okay. That is not masterworked. That's already sanctified. Oh yeah, this was a kind of a cool one that I got in sanctification. We got where'd it go? What? Oh, it's down here. Yeah, using a cooldown restores 9% mana. It's a crap roll, but that's kind of nice. This could actually be potentially useful in a overpower build. Because, I mean, if you could get 30 mana on a cooldown, and you can get your cooldowns low enough to where you're, you know, able to pop your cooldowns fairly frequently, that could be a huge mana source. We're going to keep that, even though we can't use it for an experiment later. Oh, this one got an extra affix for more critical strike. Potentially very handy if you're short critical strike. Alright. I'm gonna just try to get these in here so we can go and play. We'll mess with that stuff later. All right. Yeah, look at this wasteland of 1GA. It's so crazy. PTR is like a completely different world from normal game. that you would be in a situation where all this is considered garbage. All right. So let's start off. Well, I'll do this one since I already cleared that one up there. Let's start off with Helltide and Duriel. So basically, the way this build works, we are spamming Fireball as our primary damage. We are running Ophidian, but we are not running a Serpentine aspect because our primary damage is not coming from Hydra. We're running Ophidian just to boost it up a little bit, and because it has the % int on it. But basically, the way you're playing this build is when you see a pack, you're throwing a Hydra or two into it, and then you're blasting it down with fireballs. Now, the reason this works the way that it does is because I am highly built around critical strike and damage to burning enemies. So you throw the Hydra in, it starts warming them up with some damage. It also gets them to focus on hitting the Hydra, which is nice with the changes that they've made. You know, having them not necessarily targeting you right off the bat is very helpful for survival. So you're essentially softening them up with Hydra. You're applying burning, which is going to ramp up the damage from the fireball, and you're doing some damage and drawing aggro to the Hydra itself. And it's a very satisfying rotation or gameplay loop, if you would prefer. It's still not as engaging as the kind of things I'd like to see, but to me, this is a lot more fun than just running forward and mashing one button. It's slightly more engaging. You have to, you know, pay some attention. You want to land those Hydras in strategic spots. It can also be really nice for dungeons because you can kind of throw a Hydra around the corner. You can use it when you're in wide open areas to probe to see which way there's more enemies, although that's the usefulness of that is somewhat less now with Subos since you can pretty much see them all the time, but yeah, debuff, smash. And you also can, it can help you get a little bit faster now that we're not perma-teleporting anymore. Oh, I guess I'm not doing Duriel yet. I have to go and farm some hearts because I have none. I haven't been running a whole ton of Helltide. Normally I run insane amounts of Helltide because, well, quite frankly, Helltide is crazy XP. But in this PTR, the XP from bosses generally, but especially Azmodan, the summoned version of Azmodan is insane. That's why you see I'm Paragon 300. Early on I was getting several Paragons per kill. From 299 to 300, I think it took like 8 kills. So it's insane XP. So I haven't been running a ton of Helltide. Plus, you know, with PTR, you can go to MRAC and get everything you need. So you're not needing to run it as much for gearing. I do think Helltide is going to be a big part of the season on the live server. You're going to be able to farm a lot of the keys that you need to open the loot chests at world bosses and the Azmodan encounter here through killing Duriel. Also, the materials that you need for sanctifying gear will be farmable here. But yeah, you can see this is, although like I said at the beginning of the stream, this build is probably not going to be ideal for pit pushing. You should be able to level your glyphs with it. You'll definitely be able to get them to 45. You might even be able to get them to 100 with it, even in its current state, if it stays kind of the power level that it is now. I have a feeling, and I hope that I'm right. Obviously, I might not be, because no one can predict the future, and I don't have inside knowledge to Blizzard stuff. But I think that maybe they've intentionally underpowered us a little bit in the PTR. I don't know. Just a theory. I think if I were making that call, I would want to do that simply because if builds are slightly underpowered in the playtest, number one, it makes it easier to find the outliers, right? Because if you've tuned it to where, you know, pit 70, 75 is the best that most builds are going to do, and you see people doing beyond pit 100, then they probably know that needs looked at, right? If it's intentionally undertuned. The other reason why I would approach it that way if I were making the decisions is that I would much rather have people complain about being underpowered on the test server and then roll out an announcement of significant increases to power when I release the live patch notes, right? As opposed to having it overtuned and having every class crushing 150 in the PTR, and then when live comes out and everybody's excited, you dump a War and Peace length list of nerfs. Like that. Talk about killing hype, right? So, yeah, for two reasons, I would hope that I'm right about them just intentionally undertuning us a little bit for the PTR, because it's win-win for them. It's easier to find the outliers, and they can get the hype of announcing a bunch of buffs when live is launched instead of nerfs. Seems simple to me. My logic might be totally off, but I don't know. You especially don't want to have everybody smashing 150 pits when you've introduced your public test realm by saying everything is harder now, enjoy the challenge. Right? So, I don't know. Alright, we need to find some chests. I'm not going to get Duriel before this thing goes down, but I could at least get some chests so I can get some hearts. I missed perma-teleport already. Didn't get any hearts. I need hearts. Or is it even still hearts? I didn't even check. Yeah, it's still hearts. It looks like hearts. It's got the same icon. Oh, and I didn't mention that both of the builds that I'm showcasing today, they both have an oh shit button, or a panic button if you prefer without the four-letter words. For this build, that is Fire Shield. Now, you can just use that on cooldown like everything else, like I'm doing with Ice Armor and Ice Blades and Lightning Spear. However, if you do that, it may not be there when you need it. So I highly suggest in this new environment where there are things that will put dots on you that will eat all of your health in like 2 seconds or less, I highly recommend that you have Flame Shield. Number one, it's going to kick in your barrier and fortification whenever you use it. And number two, in this build, the way I have it spec'd, we have gone for the option of taking that heal. For me, having that on my number keys is just a better reflex. I don't know if you've seen me streaming before, if you see me like suddenly popping up the map a billion times, it's usually because I'm trying to hit a heal potion and I'm fat fingering tab. So having a quick reactionary, invulnerability plus heal on my bar, and having potions as a backup once I know that I'm, if I still need it, if my health is that low and I need to use a potion, or health potions also back up to when you need Flame Shield and you don't have it because you just used it, right? So, but yeah, I greatly prefer having Flame Shield be my oh shit instead of the health potion because, oh, and I ran out of health hide. Alright, so we're not going to get the hearts that we need for Duriel. That's fine. Whatever, it is what it is. Alright, so that's health hide. Oh, you know what? Maybe we'll just go to Undercity now. Let's do an Undercity run. Nope, that's the den. We don't want to go there. Actually, maybe we will go there. That's interesting. I'm gonna grab that. No. Oh yeah, this is all the crap we threw away. Nope, we don't want any of that. Alright, we'll just do random lotto every time we go to our stash. So I guess that's not really clearing up any spot. Actually, you know what? 2 double GA helms. That's got to be a grandfather, right? It's the only mythic sword. They're gonna try to make me... Yeah, it's the grandfather. Andy, we already have several of those and we're not going to use it, so I'm not going to save that. And this one, it's not... Well, yeah, we'll put that in. So much for freeing up a slot. Is that worth anything? No, that's garbage. And I'm not salvaging this stuff anymore because if I do, my coiling wards gets overfilled and it just fills the whole map with coiling wards every time I salvage anything, so not gonna do it. Alright, let's do Undercity. We'll get a look at Andy. We didn't get to see Duriel yet, but we will in the next Helltide. Alright, and I'm not sure if this is how it's going to work on live or not, but currently... Oh, hey, Iggy's on. Say hi to Iggy. Alright. If you've ever been on the D4 forums, you know who Iggy is. Iggy is someone we can rely on to give us very detailed notes every time D4 team announces big news. He's also a general cool guy and streamer, YouTuber, casually, and yeah, check Iggy out. Okay, if you like my content, if you support small channels, you definitely will enjoy what Iggy's got going on. He's testing a game for a friend right now, which is kind of cool. All right. So anyway, yeah, what I was saying is, right now, this seems the way it works is if you want to get Andariel in the Undercity, you have to do it without a tribute. I don't know if they're going to keep it like that on live, or if it was intended like that here, or if it's a bug or what, but if you do it with a tribute, you get a normal boss. If you do it without a tribute, at least yesterday, you get Andariel. So, and we came to see Andy, right? So. This is definitely, it's not a challenge really if you don't use, oh yeah, so we'll see, we'll see shades of Andariel all over the place in here. She'll just randomly attack you out of the blue, which is fun. There's plenty of time on the clock if you don't use a tribute. If you're used to playing Sorcerer and being able to zip through here at light speed, it has not really been a challenge to run the higher tributes like Ascendancy, but without perma-teleport, it is, you gotta be on point. You gotta, like, kill what you need to kill and be constantly running, or you might not make it. I don't know if this is accurate or not, but I feel like there's less time bonus monsters than there was in the past. If they heard one thing loud and clear, it was that a lot of people wanted something less boring and more challenging, because that they have delivered. I'm not going to get into my opinions about that just yet, unless people ask me specific questions, but don't you worry. I will be opining publicly in the very near future about all of it. And as usual, I refuse to pitch my tent in either the D4 camp, the D4 bad camp, or the Blizzard can do no wrong camp. I am not a follower of either of those philosophies. I am a follower of I like fun ARPGs, and I will give my direct and honest opinion about anything, about any game that I play, that I like or don't like, and why. So, can expect a mix of what the fuck and oh my god, this is awesome. That's all I'll say for now about the overall review. I do think they added more pylons. I could swear that I did one yesterday that had 4 on a floor, which was new. I guess they're doing that because they realized that with monsters taking longer to kill, being a little bit harder, you might not be able to complete it if you get to all of them. Actually, I think that's kind of cool. It adds another element of strategy to running Undercity. Like, you might have to look at the map and go, okay, I need 3 pylons on this floor to complete this. Oh! There's me yapping and not using my oh shit button in time. I saw it coming, and I just died before I hit it. So one thing that is particularly brutal is the sword things. Every so often, I'm not even sure yet exactly which mob it is, but there's some kind of a fix, and they cast a spell that puts a sword over your head, and it will follow you around. And if you stop moving while that sword is over your head, it will come down on you. And if you don't immediately move again, it will kill you. Odds are. Oh, and that's the thing too. There's not usually one. There's usually like 4 or 5 of them. So, um, standing still or a momentary lapse of attention can certainly get you killed. Um, and some people are going to take that as a negative. I personally like it. One of my biggest complaints about some seasons of D4 is that certain activities make me want to sleep. Because it's literally like trance inducing, doing the same single thing over and over again, and really not having to be aware of anything other than the buttons you're pushing. This isn't like that. You need to pay attention, unless you're, if you're playing, if you're like speed farming, you want to play casually, you can opt to do that by just going to a lower tier, right? So that play mode of, you're godly and you can kill everything, that is available. But now we also have challenge available, which is great. I really hope that Blizzard does a good job of communicating this, because I feel like a lot of casual players are going to be very upset at how difficult Tier 4, and especially Pit, can be. And if Blizzard doesn't sell it well, they're going to... I fear that they might get pressured into reverting this. I hope that they don't, because I think this is awesome. From my perspective, when the entire game is really easy and not challenging, and there's no content anywhere that's challenging, then you don't have the choice to play something more challenging. But when you have higher tiers that are more difficult, you can choose to challenge yourself and do that. But if and when you want to play casually, you can just go down a tier. Or if you want to be like godly, go down 2 tier. Oh, I ran out of time. What did I say about paying attention? Alright. I'm just being incredibly stupid now. Alright. We're going to do this another time, but I'm not going to yap this time so we can actually complete it. Because I'm just rambling now, anyway. Oh, dearie, dearie. I'm aimlessly wandering around the map and yapping to you guys. All right, here we go. We're going to get Andy this time. We're going to just go in and take care of business. I apologize if I don't talk as much, but yeah, as I said, you kind of need to pay attention. Oh, there's the sword, and it almost got me. Oh, there's the sword again. God, that thing is brutal, man. If you do not move in time, you're cooked. Oh, I went the wrong way. I wanted the other tunnel. Sword. I don't think we'll need this extra time, but we'll pick it up just because. One thing for sure with the new champion packs and like the minions inheriting affixes from champions, you will find a much greater need to stay moving. If you stand still, it will hurt. Oh, we're at 4. Okay. Let's not play with the clock. As usual, I have not seen any evidence to suggest that anything has changed in regards to how the clock works in here. So, once you've reached 4-4, then it's just a dash for the portal because you're not getting anything by killing more monsters. Except the risk of not getting there in time. Alright, and we should get Andy here. No, I was a little premature with that. Where is... Oh, there she is. Not quite at lair boss power, but she's close. Double Andy. We got Andy and a Shade. And yes, I am running the Druid Bulwark. I'm sacrificing damage on my runes to get more survivability because I think I need it. Alright, let's listen to this anguished memory of Andariel.
Everyone keeps underestimating me. I will show Sanctuary the meaning of anguish.
Yikes. Demonic Karen. I'm gonna make your life hell. Alright. Alright, what's next? Let's go back to Helltide, because we didn't get to see Duriel in the last Helltide. I didn't have enough hearts to summon the bugger. Yeah, I didn't get that in the right spot, did I? There we go. You will see sorcerers on horses now, a lot more than you have in previous seasons. They're actually faster than our movement speed, for a change. Oh, right off the bat, they're hitting me with big packs of elites. Yikes. This, you get to see the kind of debuff nuke rotation cycle a little bit more in this open area. I really wish teleport was just a little bit faster because I would love to be able to teleport into every pack. I understand them not wanting us to have it perma teleport, but the duration of it now is just a little bit off, I feel, from the pacing of the game. Like, it should reset in the time it takes you to kill a pack of mobs so that you can teleport into the next pack, but I guess you can do that. I've seen what Makuna did on his crackling. You have it as an enchant and on your bar. Didn't really make a lot of sense for me to have it on the bar for this build just because I'm getting more damage the way that I have it now, and the extra teleport just didn't feel that necessary. But it would be nice if it was like 2 seconds instead of 3. Just that little difference make it a little bit more fun. Because you do this and then always have it ready, you know? Alright, we're going to need to get some more hearts because there's no one here doing Duriel right now, so we're going to have to summon him. Oh, there's the swords. Watch this. I'm going to let him... no, I'm not going to let him get me. At some point I will. I'll stop and let them catch me, and you can see what happens if you don't move when that sword is over your head. Damocles would be proud of you, D14. Oh, I still don't have enough for this.
I cannot afford that.
Why am I not getting hearts out of any of these? Well, I guess I only opened one, but I opened a couple on the other Helltide too, and I didn't get any.
I need time to prepare that.
Guess we'll just have to kill a lot of elites and hope to get them that way. Yeah, not even close to having enough to open that guy. Oh, too many swords. Oh, God. So many things trying to kill me that are not even monsters. I think a little bit of that is okay. I kind of feel like it's overdone just a little bit. Maybe like 20 different things chasing you around on screen that you can't even attack trying to kill you. You'll see pretty quickly why I have built the way that I did and put some decent amount of defense into the build and made sure that there was a panic button on both of the builds that I'm doing today, because you probably need it. My initial thought when I heard their announcement about making it more difficult was like, oh, okay, I mean, this might be a little less boring. I might, but I did not take it seriously. I was like, okay, what do they get? So the monsters got more damage now, sure, okay. But no, they added a lot of spice. Maybe too much in some cases, you know? Like, I like basil. I like cumin. I'm not really sure if I like basil and cumin at the same time, if you know what I mean. Alright, here it is. The sword. Oh, I moved. I will show you guys. I'll show you what happens if you don't move when those swords are over your head. Alright, so I don't know what to do now. Opening chests doesn't seem to be getting me hearts, and killing monsters doesn't seem to be getting me hearts. I guess we've got a fair amount of cinders now. Maybe I'll try and open some more chests and see if our luck changes there. Unless they're dropping and I'm just not seeing it. Which could be, because that is one side effect of all these many monsters all having affixes at once, is that there is so much going on the screen. If you're constantly worried about making sure that you do not stand still so that you don't get killed, it could be easy to miss stuff that you have to pick up yourself, stuff that the pet doesn't get. Alright, let's see if the horse trick still works. Nope, I'm not getting less aggro on the horse. Okay, let's see if we can see the map for a second. Okay. Let's get some chests. I really want to show you guys Duriel, but I'm kind of surprised that there's nobody farming it. Duriel in Helltide is pretty good XP on the PTR. I don't know if it'll be as good live. I hope it is. You also can turn on one of the seasonal Bane and Boon things to get... No, I'm not going to show you right now because I want to get these chests and I'll lose all my cinders. Alright, we got one somewhere. I'm not 100% sure if it came from that chest or somewhere else, but... Alright, we'll go get that one, and then we'll... If we don't get the third one that we need for Duriel there, we'll port to town and go to the other side. I should probably go turn in this Whisper too, huh? Did we get the heart? No, we did not. Alright, cool. Alright, well, we'll turn in the Whisper and then we'll port from there to town and get the chests on the other side of town.
It is done.
Oh god, some of these stayed. Nope. Nope. You really need 3 out of 4 stats to be useful on items now. Alright. And on live, I do advise you still salvage everything. Don't sell it, but I'm not going to do it here because my coiling wards is capped, and I'll just fill the whole screen with coiling wards if I salvage a stack of stuff like that. All right, this is where I'm going to go. Yeah, when you see those guys with the yellow name, that's generally a good time to go ahead and use Flame Shield. Man, we're just not having luck with the hearts. Not quite there. Oh man, another pack. Good lord. Must be a gateway to hell here or something. Look at those swords, man. They want me bad. They want to kill me. What the? I don't even know what's hitting me. They do not want to let me get this Whisper, though, I can tell you that much. Ah, shades that chase you around and attack you after the monster that spawned them is dead. That's fun.
I need time to
All right. Oh, hey, look at that. The fight to get here got netted us two hearts, so we didn't even need the chest after all. All right, perfect. All right, let's speed this up a little bit instead of running all the way there. All right, Duriel, finally. The horse feels a little bit less bad this season. I don't know if they actually did something to improve it or if I'm just imagining it, but I feel like I get stuck less. I feel like the horse experience, if you will, is a little bit smoother. Still not perfect, mind you. I still get stuck on stupid things occasionally, but it just doesn't feel as annoying as it has in previous seasons. Oh, there's a big bad over there with a hook somewhere. They definitely added a lot of interesting monster. This is like the worst place to show off Duriel too. You know what? Maybe I'll just not care about the Whisper and go kill him in the other side. Because this is not gonna be a fun place to see them fight. Who cares about Whispers, right? I'm here for you guys. At least when I'm streaming. I'll be a selfish bastard when I'm offline. All right, this will give a better look at the fight. I have to clear this area out before I spawn it, because otherwise it's gonna be gnarly. Got all this stuff jumping in. Oh! Kersplat! Good lord. I don't even know what it was that killed me. Love that. Love that now. Just pick up a full royal diamond off the ground. Gonna make getting gems into builds so much quicker. Alright, here we go. Duriel. Set some guard hydras up while I'm doing this so I don't get bum rushed. And not quite like Blood Maiden for me on the sword, you know, playing FO Lightning Spear and Hydra builds and other things. I've kind of gotten used to just standing in the middle and spamming. If you try that in Season 11, you will get poison bombed. Because everything out here spits poison. I suppose you could just stack a bunch of single poison resists, but they were not joking about diminishing returns. Like I had 70% resists, and I went and added 15% worth of resist Paragon points. You know, I got 10 of the 1.5 all resist increases, and it didn't even increase my total by 2%. It was like less than. Oh, I think it was almost like 1.5%. It was like 1.3 or 1.4. All right, there was Duril, and I talked right through it. He was less of a fight than his minions. You'll see more of a fight on the Ice Wizard because she's not quite as strong. Oh, Heavenly Sigils. I don't know if you saw that. This is Heavenly Sigils. These are the mats that you use for sanctifying, and Duriel and Helltide is a great source of them. I won't go too deep into sanctifying right now because I will discuss it at some point, but I think a really good area for use of that is going to be taking junky items and sanctifying them to see if you get something good. So farming tons of these could be beneficial. All right, so we've done Andy, we've done Duriel. I think it's time to go say hello to Belial. We'll save Asmodan for last. Largely because I don't know if anyone's doing him, and because I don't know if I can solo him in tier 4. We might have to go down a tier to show you that. Or 2. He's a beefy fight, Asmodan. You either get him as a world boss or as a summonable boss, but either way, the world boss is definitely way more hit points. The world boss also has a little bit less of the ads going on. So the summon boss, think of it as like halfway between Blood Maiden and a world boss in terms of its actual strength, but then it has all the ads coming at you the whole time, like a Blood Maiden or now Duriel would in Helltide. Okay.